We've got one of LA's top criminal trial attorneys joining us. Please welcome back to the show, Sarah Asari. Thank you so much, Sarah.
So good to be with you.
So good to be with you. I was watching your commentary on all over the news. You were everywhere this weekend, and you just, I mean, you know this more than anybody else, but I think it's so important for our viewers to hear it from you. So the video, Sarah, clearly shows a violent assault. Can Diddy be charged? Everyone's calling for him to go to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Sam, yes and no. No under California law because the statute of limitations lapsed in 2021. It was a 5-year statute for a felony. But that does not in any way end Diddy's problem. So my bigger concern, and this is where the yes comes in, is, the federal criminal investigation that's ongoing against him where his homes were raided, that has to do with sex trafficking. And I see his legal woes very much akin to R. Kelly, the R. Kelly takedown. R. Kelly was also charged with, he was charged, Diddy's not charged yet, with sex trafficking. And with that came a racketeering charge.
RICO, yeah.
So, a RICO. So under federal law, that RICO law has such wide reach that this expired statute of limitations on this DV doesn't matter. It can be dragged into a RICO charge and prosecuted because it's a predicate crime. And so given that all of these people were named in that lawsuit that Cassie brought, those are people that make up a criminal enterprise. I just heard you guys say it was people around him were complicit. And that's right. And so the feds can absolutely, if they have the goods on him, charge him not only with sex trafficking, but racketeering, where this would matter. And by the way, the LADA's office issued a statement about why they can't charge him, but they also gave an open invitation to other accusers of Diddy's who might want to come forward. Look, the cat's out of the bag. Accusers are empowered. They don't have to worry about not being believed. And if those people come forward and there's a viable claim that's prosecuted, guess what? This video will be a prior bad act evidence comes into those cases as well.
I love that. There you go.
Let's talk about his apology, if you will. Isn't this an admission by him?
Yeah, Erica, by the way, girl,
it was wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, it's absolutely an admission, but it's a harmless admission, right? He had to say something, right, and he had to address it himself, not through his lawyers. So he did the best he could. But legally, it also doesn't move the needle. His message is remorse and rehabilitation. And those are factors that come in through the back end at sentencing if you're convicted. Remorse and rehabilitation don't substitute retribution and accountability. If you've done the crime, you got to show up in court, but for this lapse statute of limitations, he would be facing the music.
Well, it sounds like you don't think his apology will have much of an impact, nor do I. But what do you think his intent was behind issuing that apology? Is that just to get public sentiment on his side?
Yeah, I definitely think that he had to say something, and he wanted to humble himself and talk about his issues and how he's addressed them. Question is when, obviously, and also, like I said, his intention was to explain, because obviously what he said is not remorse and rehabilitation is not a defense, right? It's an explanation, and again, it doesn't really change anything. This crime could be brought into a federal indictment one day, and it really doesn't do anything for his cancellation.
Let me ask you this. I think your RICO analyzation, was dead on, and I really hope that happens. This isn't actually a legal question, but I just wanted your opinion as a person, a human, a woman. Is Diddy's career over?
I think 100%, right? I think he's done. This was something that is really, really hard to come back from. We saw it. There's just there's no denial. And my instinct, based on my experience, because I defend these types of Me Too allegations of domestic violence, is always to be a little skeptical, or maybe actually a lot skeptical. And I go, well, it's a he said, she said, it's a money grab, and I actually did say that when the lawsuit was filed, but clearly this happened. This was corroborated. And so I think this footage is so damning all around. It's definitely got him canceled. If he wasn't canceled before, he certainly is now. And I just think to myself, you allegedly paid $50,000 to bury this.
That's right.
Maybe you had to add a couple more zeros to that, because this is like worth a lot more. And this footage really has the potential of being a legal nail in the coffin in the future and in the pending cases, criminal and civil.
Wow. Sarah, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good to see you. And DBL Nation, check out Sarah's crime podcast, The Presumption, wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also watch on YouTube. Thank you again, Sarah.
Thanks. Right.
Also, this is very important. If you or someone you know is in an unsafe situation, please take a photo of the screen right now. Help is just a phone call away.